All right, so this is like the millionth time that I record this because I keep fucking up, but I just wanted to get one point across because the previous videos I made them too long. Okay, what I'm trying to say is that I keep running into a lot of people that are very depressing and suicidal. They post all these depressing things, and I know we're going through a lot of tough times, but don't put yourself down. I get depressed too. My life isn't perfect. As a matter of fact, I get depressed just about like every day, and it sucks. It truly sucks because, you know, sometimes you feel like people don't like you, and you're stuck wondering why. And truth is that you can't do that. I thank God for bringing all these things that I do right now in my life. I thank him for the things that he introduced me to, like skateboarding, soccer, photography, video, you know, all the friends, and obviously my girlfriend that I have. Everything I have in my life, I thank God for, because if it wasn't for that, I'd be still stuck in depression as well. And just to clarify, don't put yourself down and don't think you're worthless, because you as a person can make the biggest impact in other people's lives. I'm gonna give you guys an example. So me as a person, I've created a movement in the way that you guys have seen my videos, and you guys have seen, you know, me being around models and friends and all this stuff. And the way I do that is because I hit all these people up, and I tell them, hey, like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to come out in this video? Do you want to do a shoot? I have to do that. I have to message these people. I have to create a group. I have to organize all these things. But that's just me, okay? Remember, that's just me. That's just one person. One person affecting all these people. One person organizing all these people. One person sending a message to all these people to come, and you know, and that's how things happen. Okay. At first, a lot of people didn't want to, you know, associate themselves with me because they didn't know me. But, you know, slowly I started to grow, and they started to be more accepting towards me. And then now, you know, I could hit up somebody and then they'll show up. Not always, but, you know, most of the time now, because they know me. So you as a person, you're very valuable, because you can create this movement. You could create these invites. You could create, you know, all these messages to gather all these people into, you know, one area, which otherwise they would have just been stuck at home, probably doing nothing. Or, you know, some of them might have been doing, I don't know, probably some of them might have been sleeping. I don't know. Point is that if you yourself, you don't take action, then nothing's gonna happen. So go out there and do that thing that you want to do. Go out there and have that vision manifest. Go do the thing that you feel you're lacking. Some people lack confidence because they are overweight. So the way that you could help your self-esteem is by working out, okay? If you go and work out, even if you don't see a big difference, once you start to work out, you're gonna feel better by yourself, okay? If, say, people don't like you because, you know, you don't stand out, okay? Put in some effort to maybe dress up better, okay? Now, for me, as an example, I used to be like a very nerdy kid, and I used to get teased a lot when I was younger, and I didn't feel very attractive. So what I started doing was I got myself some contacts instead of glasses, because I used to get called Four Eyes all the time, and then, you know, no girls wanted me because you know, I look like a little nerd. I look like Harry Potter. and I would wear glasses. I had the little, you know, haircut that, you know, I mean long hair or whatever that Harry Potter has, and then I didn't know how to dress, so you know I had no luck with the ladies either. You know, I remember one day I was walking through the playground, and then some girl, she's like, "Hey boy, what's up?" And then I turned around and she's like, "Oh, never mind." And then I was like, "Oh fuck." So then I had to do something about it. So I asked my sisters. I was like, "Hey, like, can you guys show me how to dress?" And then they taught me how to dress, because the reason why I asked them is because girls know what they like on guys. So then I started, you know, taking their advice, and I started dressing a little better. And before you know it, I started liking to dress up every day, because I'm insecure. Like I think, oh, like if I don't dress up, then I look ugly, you know. So I got to try to make up for it by dressing up. So that's my idea behind me, you know, just dressing up every day, is because I feel like I'm lacking in looks. So I dress up, because I'm like, oh, well, at least I got to try to make it up somehow, you know. And then as I kept growing and I kept reading about what women want and what women like and how to act around them, then I started to grow as a person and started to be more mature, started to know what girls don't like, what girls like. And then before you know it, like, I started being surrounded by all these hot girls that otherwise, you know, years ago I would have thought were way out of my league, and I would have been like insecure around all these girls. Like I probably wouldn't even be able to talk to them. But now it's like, it's the normal. Like I could be around a hot girl and not really care. It's like whatever for me now. It's like, okay, it's just another, you know, person. And now I just focus more on personality, because when you start being around, you know, all these attractive girls and it becomes the norm for you, then, you know, you don't really get nervous. You're more like, you start to be more picky and start to focus more on what's that person's personality like. And that's how I ended up with Monica, because she's very beautiful and very caring and very down to earth. You know, she's always you know, calling me, make sure I'm okay. We're always back and forth, you know, messaging, and everything's just good. You know, we have very good communication. And all these other girls, they're, you know, they might be very attractive, but they don't really communicate. A lot of them, you know, they'll blow you off. They don't message back. They don't keep up with you. They don't try to help you out in whatever you're trying to do. A lot of it are in it for themselves. And Monica was very selfless, so that's why me and her together, and because we love each other and we understand each other. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. I don't want to get into that topic right now, even though I already said everything. But back to what I was saying. What I was saying is that, you know, improve on the thing that you're lacking. Don't just sit there and be depressed about it. Take action. You know, a lot of people get defensive because they're all like, oh, like, why should I have to change who I am in order to impress somebody? And no, that's not what it is. It's not how life works, okay? You do have to take action. You do have to work hard in everything in order to, you know, impress others and excel in life. Because think about it. Say you have a girlfriend, right? And you go to a barbecue with them. You know, she invites you over to a family barbecue, and then you show up in like sweats or you know, some baggy clothes or whatever. Okay, now what's her family's first impression of you gonna be like? It's gonna be like, damn, like, this guy really doesn't care about himself. And they're gonna think all these other things, but that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it for her, because, you know, when you dress up and you're presentable, okay, you're being selfless, okay, because think about it. You're not only representing yourself, you're representing yourself for her as well, okay? You know, if you're dating somebody, that person is a reflection of you, okay? So you can't be all defensive about, oh, like, why should I have to impress anybody? No, it's not like that. Like, you're being selfish, okay? You have to think about her, okay? Because you're the reflection of her now, and you know, you have to care enough and put in that effort enough to, you know, be that other half of her, okay? You can't be that other half of her that's effortless and doesn't put in some work, okay? Everybody has to put in some effort, get up in the morning and, you know, and look their best, okay? So whenever you don't care about yourself and the way you look, to me, you're being selfish, okay? So yes, it does take effort to attract girls. It takes effort to be around other people. It takes effort to get that job that you want. I mean, that's a really good example right there. When you go to an interview, what do? You throw on a dressy shirt and a tie and you look presentable. Well, it's the same thing in life, okay? In life, you have to go about your everyday and you know, be that, you know, A1 person that you present yourself as in an interview. So with that being said, I hope I made sense, and go take action in that thing that is holding your self-esteem back, and don't put yourself down. Don't get depressed, don't get suicidal, because we're all worth a whole lot. Okay, see you guys later.